The talking drums echoed through the vast kingdom of Ìlú Ògùnṣìn, their rhythm announcing the beginning of the Osun festival, a time of beauty, dance, and most of all, love. Young men and women dressed in colorful adir and rich aso oke gathered in the market square, their laughter ringing like bells in the evening air. Among them was Adétutu, the daughter of Baale Adegun, the most respected elder in the village. She was as beautiful as the Osun River at dawn. Her skin glowed like polished ebony. Her eyes were like deep wells of mystery. And when she danced, it was said that even the gods paused to watch. But Adétutu was no ordinary woman. She was promised to Prince Oluwaseyi, son of the Oba, king of Ìlú Ògùnṣìn, a man of wealth, status, and power. Yet Adétutu's heart had already been claimed by another. His name was Odewale, a humble hunter, a man of the forest, the kind who spoke to nature, who understood the whispers of the trees. Odewale had nothing but his bow, his arrows, and his love for Adétutu. A love as fierce as the storm, as deep as the ocean. But in a land where status defined everything, love alone was never enough. The night before the Osun festival, Adétutu met Odewale in secret near the ancient Iroko tree by the river. Odewale, tall and strong, yet gentle as the evening breeze, took her hands in his, searching her eyes for the truth he feared. "Tutumi, why do you tremble?" he whispered. "Odewale, they have set a date for my wedding. In 3 moons, I will belong to another," she murmured, tears brimming in her eyes. Odewale clenched his jaw, pain flashing in his eyes. "Then let us run. We will leave this land, travel beyond the 7 rivers, beyond the mountains of Kairo. I will protect you. I will—" "We cannot," she interrupted, pulling away. "It would bring shame to my family. My father would never forgive me." A heavy silence hung between them. The wind whispered through the trees. The river sang its song. Fate, it seemed, was already writing their end. The Osun festival arrived, and with it, the announcement of Adétutu's engagement to Prince Oluwaseyi. The drums sang, the people cheered, and yet Adétutu's heart was silent. She sat beside her betrothed, her face adorned with coral beads, but her soul was not there. Somewhere in the crowd, Odewale watched. His hands were clenched, his heart heavy with the weight of helplessness. As the celebrations continued, Adétutu's gaze found Odewale's. One glance, one look, and the truth between them burned brighter than the torches that lit the night. But there was nothing left to do. That night, as the village slept, Odewale made a vow. "If I cannot have you in this life, Adétutu, then the gods will bring us together in another." As the days passed, Adétutu's sorrow deepened. She tried to love Prince Oluwaseyi, to forget the hunter who had stolen her heart. But love is not a thing that bends to rules. Love is wild, untamed, like the rivers that cut through the land. One fateful evening, Odewale appeared at her doorstep. It was foolish, dangerous, but love makes fools of even the wisest men. "Meet me by the river," he begged, "one last time." Torn between duty and desire, Adétutu followed her heart. She arrived at the Osun River, the moon casting silver light upon the water. Odewale was waiting, his arms open, his eyes pleading, "Tutumi, forget them all, come with me." But before she could speak, a voice thundered through the night. Adétutu! Her father and his guards had followed her. Rage, betrayal, fury. It all burned in Baale Adegun's eyes. "How dare you dishonor this family?" he bellowed. Odewale reached for his knife, but it was already too late. The guards seized him, beating him to the ground. "Odewale!" Adétutu screamed, struggling to break free, but her father held her back. Blood spilled onto the earth, staining the sacred river bank. The drums of war replaced the drums of love. You will never see him again, her father growled, and just like that, Odewale was gone. Days turned into weeks. Adétutu was married. She became a princess, but her heart had died with Odewale. The palace was beautiful, but to her it was a prison. She smiled for the people, laughed for the king, but in the quiet of the night, she wept for the man she lost. Then the whispers began. A hunter's ghost walks the forest at dusk. The Osun River cries at midnight. The winds carry his voice calling for his love. And one evening, when the moon was full, Adétutu heard it too. A soft whisper on the wind. Tutu, me! She ran. Past the palace gates, past the marketplace, past the riverbanks where they had once dreamed. And there, standing beneath the Iroko tree, was Odewale, or what remained of him, his spirit glowing softly, eyes full of love and sorrow. Why did you leave me? He whispered. Tears streamed down her face. I never did. Odewale extended his hand. Then come with me. Adétutu stepped forward, and as she touched his hand, she vanished. The next morning, they found her lifeless body by the Osun River. Her face was peaceful, as if she had finally found her place in his arms. The people say that on quiet nights, if you stand by the river, you can still hear the soft whisper of a drum. And if you listen closely, the wind will carry a name. To me, love never truly dies, it only waits. Did this story move you? Like, comment and subscribe for more unforgettable Yoruba legends. Who knows? Maybe next time we'll tell another story, one that ends differently. Share this with someone who believes in love. See you in the next story, Movie Magic.